everyone. Turnovic Arbin here. Welcome to episode 24 of the Journeyman series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. We have an exciting one for you today. As you can see, we're currently ranked 5th in the country with really nowhere to go but down, if you put it like that. So the goal for today, we are going to finish this season, no matter how long it takes. We have 4 more regular season games remaining: home against Utah State, Liberty, and UNLV, and then at San Diego State. Operating under the assumption that we're going to win all of those. We can then just ride off into the sunset, into the Mountain West Championship game, and then on the playoffs, which is only slightly terrifying. Quick refresher for how this season has gone. As you can see, we're undefeated. No game has really been close, with exception of the opener against Louisville, where it was an offensive shootout and then a defensive showdown immediately once the halves flipped over there. But nonetheless, got the victory. No harm doing. And then the game that finished last video against Nevada was actually a pretty close game to open, but then they just couldn't score in the second half, and that pretty much sealed the deal, though they did force 3 turnovers off us. So that one was a closer one. The final score looks a bit harsh on Nevada, but other than that, blowouts all around. Our defense is currently allowing only 9 points per game. That is good enough for second in the country. If you are wondering who number 1 is, Ohio State is only giving up 8 points. And it should be said that while our defense is mighty impressive, their defense is number 1 in almost 10 different categories, which, according to my analysis, is good. So, before we get into the games, quick little just sort of check-in the coach's office. We have 4 players that are at draft risk. Corner Sean Cody, he's leading towards school, which is good. We really need him to stay. Bryson Cook, who we know he's gone. I had to pay him $1.5 million to stay for this year, so sayonara. Eddie Morrison is leaving if the early rounds, which the 4th round does not count as early in this game. So at the moment, he's staying for next year. And then quarterback Damian Fisher, who is leaving if in the early rounds, and I believe 3rd round is that cutoff. So hopefully we can convince him to stay. If not, I do have backup plans, which we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Player promises, O-lineman Brandon Estes, he wants 60% of snaps. He's currently at 65. And then Diego Boston wants to play in 9 games. He has so far played in 8 because I have made him the punter this year instead of Matthews. So, all of that said, we do have some some players at risk of transferring. I'll cover all that to the end when we get there. Or, if we take another job, I don't have to worry about any of this. So Utah State, they are 1-7. However, it's not the worst, 1-7 ever. A lot of their games are close. A loss to San Diego State by 7, a ranked Wyoming team by 2, San Jose State by 7. Yeah, it could be worse. However, the glaring issue as we look at this summary page is they're the worst team in the country. 136 out of 136 in opposing time possession, opposing plays per game, and opposing drives per game. Similarly, they're worst in the country in time of possession. So if you have an idea of how this is going to go, you're going to be right. Um, I anticipate complete and total domination. We're favored by 30 points, which is the biggest spread I've ever seen. I do have four recruits visiting this game, including one JUCO quarterback, Christian Campbell, who is my backup plan if Fisher does go for the draft. So far in the sim, Utah State has only beaten Fresno once, and that was in the Mountain West Championship before I arrived. Since I have been here, the games have not been close. So let's rock and roll. Got a game against Utah State here. They will call tails because it never fails. And they elect to receive, which, fair. I did make a couple depth chart tweaks just to get some younger guys some additional reps. For example, if we look at wide receiver, Preston Norton, I have dropped out of the depth chart completely. He hasn't been having an impact this season at all. I'm already going to let him transfer for his senior year, so I figured why not give converted running back Michael Ivey some run. It's the fifth wide receiver spot. It'll be fine. And, when that inevitably backfires and he drops like a fourth down pass, we know when things went awry. But we convert the 3rd and 6, so no harm doing. And we did not convert the 3rd and 11, though. The other big depth chart change of note, I have ripped the red shirt off of Jose Crowder, the JUCO. And he's going to play the last 4 games of the regular season, after which I will send him back to the redshirt list, just so I can get him a little bit percentage of snaps as Derek Chambers gets the sack. And I can just kind of see what he can do in 4 games. I'm fairly confident I'll be able to convince him to stay with money or just playing time, since I'm losing 4 starting offensive linemen. So that should be too hard. What should be hard, there we go, is stopping Utah State. They burned us at the 2, but that lasted about 2 seconds. Wow, Derek Fisher is not exactly showering himself in glory. He is 1 of 6 for 8 yards. I hear that's bad. I don't want to jump a gun here. They are going empty, which is fair. One thing I did forget to check, Mr. Abrams, Coastal Carolina transfer, $3.7 million. Okay, are you happy with your investment? I doubt it. Sub 50% completion, 11 picks. Oh, yeah. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to judge. Their punter has burned us again. Also, Edward Boyle caught the ball at the 1 and got 4 yards. Whether that was a good decision, I'll leave up to you. Fisher sacked at the 2. Remember when I said I expected total domination? There we go. Evan Foster with the pick. Thank you, sir. Oh boy. Foster, I believe. Yeah, Foster similarly. I moved him up in the depth chart ahead of Ren and Reyes just to give him a little bit more snaps, since I assume 30% is the cutoff for him. And I want to get him that 30% if I can. What is not helping that, though, is the utter lack of offense right now. We got guys, we're across midfield. That's fun. 4th and 3. I'm gonna go for it because I wouldn't kick the field goal anyway. 7-yard reception to Lockhart. We get it. We're in the red zone. We don't stall, which is nice. At the 1, Axel Hale runs it in. We're on the board. It only took more than a quarter and a half. But it's fine. 3rd and 9. There we go. They ran it on 3rd and 9, which, part of me respects. The other part looks at it and you're like, why? Why you do this? I'm going to drop down to normal just because of the clock. Well, that works too. As soon as Jordan gets a 45-yard run. Fair enough. That'll be another touchdown. We're looking pretty good. Oh, I wanted to stop there, guys. All right. Yeah, we're at the 8. Let's just run it out here. I'm going to be honest. I kind of expected more from our offense, but our defense has been pitching a shutout like we knew they would. So no real concern. Jordan going -1 and then Brewer going -2 was not how I planned things there. Also, the pass was to Michael Ivy and it fell incomplete. So those of you who had Michael Ivy not coming up clutch on your bingo cards, you would be correct. I do want to run the ball, but we keep finding ourselves in these negative situations. Johnny Huber, the redshirt freshman. Hello, sir. And Axel Hale, 21-yard run. That'll do. Oh, boy. We blitzed to the inside, and they ran it to the outside. Not ideal. But they stall enough to settle for a field goal. All right. I am once again asking if we can just run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. That is my goal. At this rate, the backups are not going to come in unless we score a touchdown, which we might. First and goal to 4. Let's get them with a pass. Let's get them with a pass. Famous last words of both Pete Carroll and myself as they pick me off at the 2. I mean, I'm going goal line to try to get the safety. That's just where we're at. They're going shotgun spread, so I won't. I'll just blitz. All right. Well, we got the ball back, so no harm done, but not great from Fisher here. There we go. That's more like it. Keith Montgomery, the depth tight end with the touchdown reception. All right. The backups are now in. Let's see what they got here. Kyle Stewart is going to get some run. Moises Meyer should also. There we go. Michael Ivy with the catch. We're cooking. Riley Wilder is also my backup QB going forward instead of Jalen Perez. At the moment, I'm leaning toward letting Wilder transfer because he is one of the transfer risks, but who knows? Part of that is just if Fisher declares for the draft. There we go. Riley Wilder to Davin Waugh with the touchdown. I mean, if Fisher declares for the draft, then my entire plan is kind of shot. But we'll see. There we go. Gavin Wren with the pick. Nicely done, sir. Let's run the ball a little bit just to kill all the clock in the free world and then play action over the top. It didn't work. All right, we'll kick a field goal. So we beat Utah State 38-3. Our offense figured out how to do things, which is good. They averaged 10 yards a rush, but they just never ran the ball. Fair enough to them, I guess. Fisher wasn't his best game. 17-30, 184, touchdown and a pick. Wilder 4-5-49, touchdown. Hale 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jordan did well, but if you take away his 45-yard run, he went 10 of 44. I guess that's still okay. Still, Brewer did good. Good. Shout out to my third and fourth tight end, respectfully, for getting the touchdowns there. Couple sacks for the lads. Pretty good win over a team we should be beating, and we did. So no complaints there. Hopefully we get some recruiting commits. That'd be nice. That'd be cool. I wouldn't say no to that. My fear is that since really, Utah State and UNLV just suck. So my fear is that even if we beat them, we'll get punished in the rankings. Well, good news is we got some commits. Bad news is Enrique Herring and Ricardo Thompson are both hurt. Thompson being out for a week is fairly simple. I'm just going to drop him all the way down to the bottom. Herring, I'm going to be honest, dude. You're my best O-lineman. Yeah, like really flipping you and Brandon is just for simplicity's sake, I'll keep you up top. How did Jose do? Any pancakes? 2 pancakes in that one game. My God. That'll do. All right. Two guys commit, and it's two wide receivers. First one, Elliott Finch. Um, just needs to work on his speed. Honestly, for a recruit, 72 catching, 75 route running is perfectly fine, especially with B potential, but that speed of a 66 needs to be in the mid 70s before he even has a hope of stepping on the field. And then Xavier Bonner, 2-star, but he is the opposite problem. His speed and evasion are perfect. They're low 80s. Come on. But his catching is a 68, his route range is a 61. So opposite end of the coin. His athleticism is fine. His ball skills need to improve. He does have A minus potential. So with any luck, he'll get really better. And so that brings me to 8 commitments and 12 targeted players remaining. For those who did not watch last video, we are currently in the hunt for 2 5-star prospects. The likelihood of us getting them is entirely dependent on the recruiting visit that's about to happen. Because I believe all 4, Allen, Cole, Allison, and definitely Sellers, yeah, they're all visiting during this Liberty game. So if we win, we could potentially get, one of the 5-star guys. I don't think we'll get both because I imagine we'll have to put more money to one of them, but we'll see how that goes. Is Liberty still ranked? Yes. Liberty is ranked. We love to see it. They're ranked 23. They moved up after beating Middle Tennessee. Thank you, West Virginia, for dropping after beating Oklahoma State. Cool. So we get our first ranked opponent of the season. Though, as I discussed last video, Louisville not being ranked at the start of the year made no sense. They have 84 offense, 85 defense. I don't understand that. That said, they're currently 4-5, so maybe the AP voters know what they're talking about. Oh boy, the injury report is starting to pile up. All right, let's look at Liberty. So they're 8-1. They're only lost to Arkansas, who are currently a bad SEC team. But they've killed everyone in their conference with the exception of UConn, who are doing okay. So what's their strength of schedule? Oh no, it's almost bottom 10 in the country, 125. Okay. So they're number 1 in the country in opposing pass yards per game, which is fine because against the run, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're 15th against the run, but that's not one. They don't force a lot of turnovers. They don't get a lot of sacks. Their defense and ours has a lot in common, I guess. They're number 2 in time of possession, and I believe we're number 1. Yeah, we're number 1. Actually, wait, we're 37-20. What are they? How big's the gap? 36-16. Okay, so about a minute and a little bit of change. All right. So this could be a fun one. Their QB Jalen Chambers, formerly of Wake Forest, they wrote him a check for $3.6 million. Now he's at Liberty. To be fair, he's got a pretty good stat line. 114 IQ. Wow. Wow. I mean, this guy exploded from his recruiting attributes to his redshirt freshman. His arm strength went up by 11, accuracy by 12, IQ 13. It just kept going. That's actually crazy. That's one of the Wake Forest. Why'd you let this guy go? Who's your QB now, Wake Forest? All right, admittedly, this guy's pretty good too, but come on, he's no Chambers. So in that case, we're going to work on passing the ball since they're the best team at stopping it. Might as well give the old college try and stop their pass. So this is definitely the toughest game of the season outside of Louisville, I think. But hey, I mean, you never know. We're favored by 10.5 points. And as discussed, I have 5 recruits visiting. With the exception of Burke, we're trailing in all of these battles. So we need to win this game. in order to get those recruits. So far, we played each other twice in the sim. Last in 2026 looks like there was a bowl game between the two, and then last year we beat Liberty 23-10. So let's see how things are this year. I couldn't remember if I played Liberty 1 year ago or two. I need to rotate that a bit more so I don't play the same out of conference teams in back-to-back years. We will defer, and as is our wont, Thundersmoke Blitz, send it. Not a good sign. They got 16 yards. Oh boy. All right. Well, they're killing our man coverage, which is fine. Okay, that's better. I'm gonna go too high safety. Well, they beat me on the curl, which is painful. And they got in the end zone. Well, outside of a little stumble at the 30, that was about as an efficient drive as you're going to get against us. So we need to how much time did their drive take? 4 minutes? Please. Please. Don't insult me. They're going to insult me. 29-yard pass to Walter Leonard. Thank you, sir. We're just going to run the ball. I'm passing it. If it was 3rd and 3, I'd run it and go for on 4th down. But at 3rd and 4, if I get a yard, that's not great. Similarly, an incomplete pass is, worse. There we go. Cody Bailey with the sack. Thank you, sir. 3rd and 5, bring the safety down. There we go. Cody Bailey. Again, the deflection. Look at our boy. Look at our boy, the transfer from USC. Look at it. All right. Good bounce back drive from our defense. But now we're going to try to get in the end zone. It's going to be tough, but I think we can do it. Curls. Curls works. Geo Boyle gets us that. I don't love this carry distribution. 4th and 5, I'm going to punt. They did an RPO when I did an all-out blitz. That's, fair play from them. Uh-oh. They're driving once again. It's not looking good. 3rd and 6, bring the safety down. Nice. See, the problem with them killing our man coverage is we're terrible at zone. And so we don't have really anything to fall back on. It is now 14-3 game. Things are not looking good. But I'm not going to panic. Because we are too good to panic. 3rd and 1, let's go. All right. I might just literally pass it the rest of the way. Never mind. 3rd and 1. Oh, Axel Hale, 0 yards. I mean, I'm going for it. There we go. 8-yard rush from Axel Hale. Really? Jordan gets 0 yards. Hale gets me the 1. All right. We cut the 4. I'm not going for 2 there. Reason being, 1, it's too early in the game. But 2, if I go for 2 and don't get it, it's a 5-point game. And then if they kick a field goal, it's an 8, and I have to go for 2 again. So I would rather just cut it to 4, move on with my life. Wow. They ran it on 3rd and 8 and got 7 yards. It's kind of crazy. All right, I'm going back to normal instead of chew clock, which might be a mistake. Twas. We have to punt. There we go. Luke Butler with the big sack. All right, the AI is calling timeouts right now, which actually I'm fine with. There we go. -1 yard rush. All right, we get the ball back. Thank you, defense. We have no timeouts. I should have taken it off auto manage to try to get at least 1 timeout saved, but it's fine. We're already at the 27. What do I want? Where is my tight end? There it is. There we go. Michael Ivey with the reception. Look at our boy. Oh, the sack there is not what I wanted. Yeah, deep pass, take it. No dice. Field goal is good, but now they have time. They have time in two of their timeouts, which is not great. Well, they passed it over the top when I did a blitz to try to knock them out of field goal range, and it failed spectacularly. They did miss the extra point. I don't think, that could matter to be fair, but nah. Okay. Well, let's chew clock, run it. Ooh. If only I had a timeout. Okay, well, good news is end of sentence. Bad news is they're averaging 9 yards a pass, 6.5 yards a run. And our defense, I think, has stopped them thrice. Yeah. It's either we get them immediately with a 3-and-out, or they score a touchdown. That has so far been the arithmetic. So, all right, what we need now is a long drive. We need to burn clock and try to stop them on defense, get another drive, burn a lot more clock, score. I think that's the route to winning because us in a shootout is not a given. Why stick? No, that didn't work. 4th and 4 on the 5. If I don't get it, they have to drive 95 yards. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do the same play I just did. Why stick? No dice, incomplete. We're going to blitz. Nope, they got out of it. All right. Oh, they are killing us. 3rd and 4. I'm blitzing. Get him. We did, but they're going for it. 4th and 2. Blitz again. And they got 3 yards. Well, that's not good. They ran it on 3rd and 6 and got it. Man, it's been a while since our defense has been this bad. All right, 10-point game. We need to get in the end zone. I don't think a field goal really helps us at this point, just by the rate of how their offense is scoring. Please. There we go. Edward Boyle off the slants. 3-point game. But yeah, again, it's Brock Michael, good sack. I'm not doing quarters. There we go. Okay. We have the ball back at our own 40. Very nice field position. 3rd and 4, I'm going to run it. I was really hoping for more than 1 yard. I must be honest with you, Axel. We don't get it on 4th and 3. All right, we need a immediate stop defense, please. I'm blitzing. Let's be ambitious. There we go. They punched. Okay. Whew, that could have been disastrous. Man. You know what? I haven't tried an option yet. Hey, 9-yard rush from Fisher. Thank you, sir. Let's try the option again. Let's get a bit crazy. There we go. Dennis Jordan gets there. Negative 2-yard rush on 2nd and 2. And Edward Boyle off the slant for a touchdown. 4-point game, we take the lead. And then on the next play, Caleb Lambert fumbles. Stanley Knox, the senior, takes it, recovers it, sends it to the house. 11-point ball game. Give me the swing on that probability. Ha ha ha, look at that. We have scored 21 points in 10 minutes. Oh boy, Liberty. Oh, the tides turned on them so quickly. Part of me feels bad because now the scoreline, it doesn't look great as Dennis Jordan goes backwards. There we go, Axel. Thank you. I'm going to run it on 3rd and 5 to burn their last time out. Cool. And send it. Oh no, and now they fumbled the punt. Oh no. It was such a close game. I'm not this nice. Sorry guys. Oh no, I feel so bad about winning by 17. It was so close. It was so close. Let's track this. So with 9.5 minutes left, we're down by three at our own 12. We storm down the field, take the lead, and then immediately return the fumble for the touchdown. Then they fumble the punt. Oh man, that's the log is gonna look terrible. Oh god. Touchdown, fumble, return for touchdown, punt, touchdown. Well, we beat Liberty. That was quite the roller coaster of a game. Um, yeah, that was something. Fisher, I think, did pretty well. I would have to say. Hale balled out. Dennis Jordan was aight. Then Fisher also got a rushing touchdown, which was nice. Good game from the wide receivers. Defensively, I mean, they only sacked us once, which is pretty good. We sacked them 3 times. Obviously, got the forced fumble there. Credit to Stanley Knox, man. Credit to him. I mean, look, he was Mountain West Corner of the Year last year. I don't think he'll get it this year because he doesn't have the tackles. However, he just got another forced fumble, and his completion percentage is a lot better. He could legitimately get it. But hey, we beat Liberty. That game was so close. And now the final score makes it look like we just housed them. Oh boy. Part of me feels bad. It's not a big part of me, don't get me wrong. Oh boy. All right, Lockhart and Thompson are back, which is good. Thompson, where are you at? Whee! And then Lockhart, I can just flip with Leonard. Cool. So, we beat Liberty. Now let's look at the recruiting visits. By the way, we're ranked second in the country. I don't know how that happened. I'm not going to ask questions. We're ranked second. Let's look at the recruiting visits. Oh, we got 1,000. Spoiler alert, Matthew Burke recruited. We got 1,000 and 1,200 for Allison. Oh, we could get both. We could get both 5 stars. That's huge. That's huge. All right, spoiler alert, Burke recruits. He's your classic, kind of well balanced linebacker, not great physicals, but he has B potential. He could pan out. He could not. Who knows? Who cares? Let's talk about this. So we are now 400 ahead of Bama, which is pretty good. We are 270 ahead of UCLA for Allison. We're 250 ahead on Baylor for Cole. I mean, in all honesty, if you're asking me which player our team needs more, the answer is Edwin Cole because I'm losing potentially 3 linebackers after this year. Whereas safety, I'm losing both my top safeties. But what I've noticed from this game is that safety stats aren't really that crazy. But I mean, listen, if I need these guys to switch to May commit soon because the longer it goes on, the bigger the chance is that Bama or Baylor offer money that I can't match. But who cares? We're ranked number 2 in the country. Let's go. Texas A&M and Bama both drop, which is hilarious. Oh boy, we're ranked 2. That is fun. All right, San Diego State, our rivals. They are 8-2, which is not good enough for them to be ranked. Where are they at? Oh my. Yeah, they're 42. It's not even close. But hey, there ain't no. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Leonard Childs is their QB, who I do not recognize. Yeah, looks like he was their backup last year. He's done really well, to be fair. 20 touchdowns, 4 picks, and 3,200 yards. Okay. Okay. He doesn't look too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's look at San Diego State here. So, okay, their offense is their calling card. They are pretty good in rushing per attempt, but not so good per game because they just pass the ball so much more. They're second in the country in pass yards per game. Defensively, they get a lot of turnovers, but other than that, they're average. So, shouldn't be too tricky. We're going to work on stopping their pass and our passing game, which just seems to be the default, really. But you never know. We're favored by 8. So closer spread than the Liberty game. San Diego State has 10 recruits visiting, a couple of whom I'm quote unquote interested in. But that's about it. In the save, the only year San Diego State won was 2027, which was when the coach got fired and then I took over in 2028. So we should win this game. I expect to win this game. Therefore, we'll lose by 10. And it will be very sad. Tails never fails. Don't let anyone tell you different. And as is our one, we will Thunder Smoke Blitz. Byron Short. Oh, he transferred again. Interesting. Yeah, Byron Short, he was my backup. He was like my 5th, or 4th running back. And then I let him transfer. He goes to Nevada, plays even less. Now he's at San Diego State as their starting running back. Okay. Hi there, Byron. How are you? I did not mean to click soft zone there. There we go. Shane Murphy with the tackle. And Boyle muffed it. Is that his second one? Yeah, it doesn't tell me down here. I feel like that's his second one, in which case I would bench him, but I genuinely can't remember. So you get to benefit, Edward, from my terrible memory. And they missed the field goal. Ball don't lie. It was his first fumble. All right. They missed the field goal, which I will take and like. And I'm looking for a more consistent defensive showing than we got at Liberty. And so far, I've gotten that. Third and goal to 3. Let's pass it. Let's be brave. Let's be bold. It didn't work. Well, we take the field goal. Maybe I should have went for it there. The jury is out and such. Oi! I did a free fire blitz and they did slants and took it to the house. Well, the start of this game and the Liberty game is not giving me a lot of hope for our postseason chances, but it's fine. Oi! Okay. The blitzing. Yeah, we may just need to stop blitzing. Which is not a great situation to be in, but it's fine. It's fine. Are we down 14-3 already? Yes. Is it regrettable? Yes. But it's okay. See, Giabola got us 13 yards. No reason to panic. Walter Leonard, touchdown. Thank you, sir. Extra point is good. All right, so I think the blitzing more or less needs to die. Unless I want to send like one linebacker like that. But even then, they burn it. There we go. Bryson Cook with the interception. Thank you, sir. We needed that. What we didn't need was a 2-yard rush there. 4th and 2, send it. Sacked. Not quite the result you want on a 4th down attempt, but our defense gets the stop. Wow. Dennis Jordan, 58 yards. Okay. Good on you, buddy. I'm going to go to normal tempo, not up tempo, just because the time. In my head, I said, I'm going to run it once to make the third down easier. And then Hale went backwards, thus ruining my master plan. 2 clocks coming on. And the field goal is good. All right. Well, we cut the lead to 1, and we start with the ball in the second half, which that's good. The bad news is our team ain't playing great. But I think if our defense gets another stop and we score, I'm a lot more confident about how this game is going to go. Jason McDonald, they did engage 8 on 3rd and 4. Fair enough. I should have gone for 2 there to make it 7. That was a mistake by me. But alas, nope. I think I can't blitz. I think that is essentially the solution. I just cannot blitz because they've burned the defense way too often. Play action on 2nd and 1. Let's do it. Didn't work. It didn't work. The option play does. Lockhart gets us 10. Thank you, Jerome. The 3rd and 4, I'll pass it. Send it. No dice. And we got him at the 4. I'm breaking my rule. I'm blitzing. They're still doing deep passes. All right, now I won. Ah! They got 6 yards when they needed 5. How rude of them. And they just threw it over the top. Unfortunate. There we go. The blitz works because they did a motion receiver option. Fair enough. They lose 2, but they convert the 3rd and 4 anyway. Yeah, looks like they're going to score, but the question is how many points? Never mind. They get no yards, and instead of the long field goal, they punt. Oh, boy. We punt. Our run numbers look good, but if you take away Jordan's 58-yard rush or whatever it was, we're not doing too hot running the ball, which is bad because that's our kind of get out of jail free card combined with burning possession. Our defense stops him again. Dennis Jordan, -2 yards and incomplete passes. Yep. Oh, Childs fumbled. And Caden Caldwell, the senior linebacker, with the recovery. And our run game has just died, man. It was doing okay, but then the next drive, 3 yards, -1, then -2, and then 0-2. I just dialed in, man. Good call to blitz there, incomplete. Going back to man. And they do 4 verts. Of course they do 4 verts. All right, they're going to get in the end zone. But the question now becomes, why would you kick a field goal here? That's legitimately confusing. You're down by 6. There's 3 minutes left. You know what? I am not going to question the AI. Axel Hale, 10-yard run. Hale gets 7. There we go. All right, our running game has arrived. They're out of timeouts. Oh, and then Hale got 12 yards. Yeah, that was a questionable decision by the AI there to kick the field goal. I don't know what in their logic made him do it, but that is what it is. I mean, we didn't play a great game, in the slightest. But I think our defense held them, got multiple turnovers, which helped a lot. That was not our best game by any stretch. Yeah, I mean, Fisher only averaged 5.4 yards an attempt. Yeah. I mean, our running backs did good, but they also ran it a bajillion times. Jordan had that big run. Not a lot of receivers got. I mean, Geo was targeted 10 times. He only caught five. Boyle was targeted three, caught nothing. McDonald targeted six, caught three. Maybe their corners are just the best in the conference. You have no sacks from our defense as well. Just all around a wacky game, but you know what? We got the win. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. And now Edwin Gill is out. Quit injuring my offensive line. Quit it. It was only 1 week, right? Oh, it's a major injury. Okay, so he just dropped. All right, so that means Logan Pike is going to be back in the top 8. Jose Crowder through 3 games, 6 pancakes, 1 sack allowed. Pretty good. Pretty solid. Also, we dropped 3 spots. Excuse me. Okay, Bama beat number 23 Georgia. A&M beat number 11 Mississippi State. Who cares? I can't really be mad when my strength of schedule is 91 in the country out of 136. I can't really be mad. No one committed, which that I will be mad about. But good news is, okay, we're gonna keep pace with Bama. Baylor, we're gonna keep pace with. We're gonna keep pace with UCLA, but Texas is gonna overtake us on Allen, which means I need to decide if I want to pay him more than 400,000. I think I do. It's just that 65 strength is terrifying. Like if I up it to, let's say, if I give him an extra 200,000, that gets me 721. I think that's fine. I think we're gonna get every player here. My only concern is if Bama or Baylor or Texas throw down like an additional $500,000 to one of these recruits and just snipe them. But the fact that none of them want to commit soon is also a bit worrying. That's okay. All right, UNLV, they are 4-7. They started out 0-7 and are on a 4-game win streak, so credit to them. Oh no. Well, their defense sucks, but their offense ain't that bad. I mean, they're top 21 rush yards per attempt, 40 in per game. Passing their worst, but yeah, defensively they're just bad. However, the reason I want to destroy UNLV is last year they beat us in the final game of the season. They beat us 31-24. We had 3 turnovers. Couldn't do anything right. Not a great game. They scored 10 unanswered points in the fourth quarter and they beat us. They denied us an undefeated season. At the moment, once again, we are 11-0, 8-0 in conference, and the only thing standing between us and another undefeated season is UNLV. So we need to beat them. Garrett Davidson is a transfer, and he has not been doing that well. 10 picks. Jeez. That's what's crazy about the AI with NIL in this game. Like, this guy has made $2 million for this deal, 4-6, so about $6.5 million. That's before he even stepped on the field at UNLV, which is crazy. Accuracy and IQ are solid. He does not have a cannon, which is good. We are going to work on our run game this time around and stopping their pass. So we win this game, we are undefeated. We also could, I'm not saying it will happen, but we could get a bye in the playoffs if we win this and our conference championship game. So UNLV beat us last year. I'm still upset about it. I want to win this game by like 35 points. They call heads and they elect to receive, which is fine by me. That means I get to blitz them soon. Oh, they got 6 yards. Not a good sign as they're already at midfield. However, we have stopped them there. All right. Now, let's get back to our roots. We're going to run the ball like crazy. We're going to have success running the ball. This game is never going to be close. We're going to beat these guys by 25, and I don't want to have to worry about it, he says as Dennis Jordan gets negative 3 yards. There we go, 12-yard completion on 3rd and 9, and then Nehemiah Brewer. Okay, with the 20-yard run. I see you, sir. That'll work. That'll do. Oh, they convert to 3rd and 7. Not great. There we go. We stop them there. How dare you sack me? 18-yard run when they do a free safety blitz. What a world, huh? Ah, the play action didn't work. Nehemiah Brewer dropped it. What a shame. Uh-oh. Where's my tight end in? Oh, reliable. There we go. We're at the 4. Slants did not work at all. Wow, we get stopped twice at the 2-yard line. I mean, I'm going for it. And we get it. Redshirt freshman Johnny Huber with the touchdown reception. And they return the kickoff for a touchdown. Well, fair enough. To be fair, that's going to make our time of possession go insane if this is a long drive. But okay, they've cut it to 7. We convert Michael Ivy. Thank you, sir. That's actually crazy that they returned the kickoff for a touchdown. Oh, Fisher went backwards. We got the 2, so it's fine. And Axel Hale in zone. They don't return that one. We're good. Bad call by me to blitz there, but it's fine. All right, let's just run the ball out here. Take our double-digit lead into the half. And we get the ball. What a world. What a world when you have a double-digit lead and the ball. 3rd and 2, run it. Thank you. Thank you. The read option worked. Thank you, Brewer. Yeah, now we're just styling on them. We're doing the triple option. We're slanting it. We're bubble screening it. Oh, the bubble screen got us a touchdown. Okay. If we blow this lead to UNLV, they are officially the greatest team on the planet. I say as they rattle off a 48-yard rush. And then a touchdown after. All right. Back to 14. Eddie Boyle with the 40-yard reception off the slants. That works. That works. 3rd and 1 at the 2. I am not going to do a QB sneak. I'm just going to do goal line. Hale gets us in. Okay. Now. There we go. Bryson tackle for loss. I'm blitzing again. Send it. Yeah. That'll do. All right, now we're just going to run the ball, 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 stick. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, slants. Jason McDonald, thank you. All right, the backups are in on defense. Let's see what these guys can do. Hey, Nicholas Unger, the backup safety with the interception. He might legitimately get all conference, which is kind of a wild statement, but he actually could. 3rd and 12 is terrible. We punt. Calvin Medina, the depth redshirt freshman D lineman with the sack. Good on you, buddy. They punt again. Nehemiah Brewer's in, and then he fumbles. Well, shucks. Oh, they're driving. Will they get a score here? No. Brock Michael gets the sack. They're out of here. Do another couple runs. All right, well, we avenge last year's loss. We best UNLV. 42 minutes of possession. Fisher nearly perfect. 16 and 19, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns. Hale averaged 10 yards a carry. I hear that's pretty good. Brewer also had that big 33-yard run. He got a touchdown. Jordan was strong. Great day for our receiving core. Multiple touchdowns. A couple sacks. A pick is nice. Really, really good. All right, we have finished undefeated in the 2031 regular season. Thank you. Thank you. And I will admit, it's not the hardest out of conference schedule. I scheduled Louisville, Kent State, and Liberty, genuinely believing that 2 of those 3 would be ranked. And Liberty being the only one ranked is a bit annoying. 2 more injuries. Guys, let my players live. All right, let's do that first. So, okay, first, Crowder, I need to redshirt so that I don't lose him. Gill, oh, it reinstated him. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there must have been an update where instead of putting them at the very bottom, it reinstates them. Who else? Who got hurt? Oh, it's a D lineman. Oh, Cherry. How dare you? Poor Cherry. He just wanted to play. Medina wants to leave. You know, Medina, I'm kind of fine with Medina leaving, which sounds mean. He has done really well this year, but I mean, Wynn's also done well. That might depend on if Morrison leaves for the draft. We'll have to see. All right, and then the other injury was Leo Coleman, which means, yeah, Corey Neal might get some more playing time. Foster is satisfied with his playing time, which is good. I'm going to flip Reyes and Wren. And then the reason I said Unger might legitimately make all conference, he has 15 tackles, but he has 4 tackles for loss and 2 picks, which, depending on how other safeties have done, that could be enough. All right, we do make the Mountain West Championship game, and it is against Air Force. Oh boy. We beat them in 2028. So that'll be a rematch of a few years ago, which is nice. No one committed. I'm getting legitimately worried that like 5 of these guys aren't going to commit before the transfer portal, which would be actually terrible because if that happens, that means like Bama can just jump me on Sellers at any moment. I really would like these guys to commit, but it's I mean, Cherry Chase is healthy next week. Cool. Let's advance to the bye. I forgot to see if we moved up in the ranking. Oh, we moved up to 4. Sweet. I think that means then that if we win, Medina 1. I think that means that if we win, we're locked in the top 4. Because 1 of 2 and 3 is going to lose. And then 1 of 7 and 5. Who does 6 play? Oh, 6 didn't even make their... Yeah, Florida didn't even make the SEC championship. So yeah, I think we're locked in top 4 if we win. because one of 2 and 3 are going to drop. Cool. All right. We have one single solitary commitment as Derek Watkins, the 3-star corner with a potential, commits. He's just your classic slot receiver, speed demon, great man coverage. He'll fit in perfectly. None of these guys have may commit soon. Oh boy. Oh boy. And we still have, I think, 4 weeks left in the season, not counting this one. So there's always a chance that it flips to make it soon and they commit on last week, but it's not looking great. It's not looking good. All right, Air Force, how's your season been? They're 9-3. We beat them 30-6 early on, but they ran the table essentially after that. Beat up on the rest of the Mountain West. No real issue. Oh man, Wyoming started the season 7-0. I was hoping they'd be ranked at one point. Oh, they did get ranked. And then they lost 5 straight. Ain't that just sad, huh? Anywho, Air Force's QB is Brennan Dawson, who's really, really good. Though I questioned why they got him when they have Santiago Pierre-Louis, who looks really, really good, and Kai Dillard behind him, who ain't bad. His arm strength is terrible. So I do kind of question their decision to throw 3.4 million at him, but I mean either way, he's pretty good. Let me just look at this really quick. Yeah, so they're still great running the ball. We'll try to stop that and then work on our passing game, as is our one. Let me do a quick check. Transfer risks still sits at 6, and none of that is really going to change anytime soon. So that is what it is. All right, here we go. Mountain West Championship game. We have made it to the championship game. Every year we've been here, we're 3-0. Let's see how we do this time. We're favored by 10. As discussed, the Air Force is our boogeyman because they beat us in 2028, but then we avenged the loss and then we blew them out twice. So maybe they're not our boogeyman. This does continue the streak of one of Fresno and Air Force / UNLV making the game every year. So let's rock. Air Force calls tails, which is a shame because that's what it is. Maybe they'll receive. They elected to receive. All good. All good. I formation. I mean, fair enough. All out blitz. There we go. Eddie Morrison gets a sack to open things. That works. Down. And then they ran it to the outside. Such momentum. Waste. But that's fine. All right. Another tackle for a loss. 3rd and 15. And Dakota Lanier picks off Brennan Dawson. We now have the ball with some pretty okay field position. Good, 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 good. There we go. Jason McDonald. Thank you, sir. Oh, he went backwards. But Giovanni Boyle off the slant. 7-0. Easy. And then Luke Butler with the sack. We're coming for him today. There we go. They punt. That works. I should have passed it on 3rd and 4. 4th and 2. They won't expect the option. Dennis Shorten got 2 yards. Look at us. Look at us. I do kind of. Don't know if I'm ever going to be a place where like I run the option playbook because I tried that for a little bit on a off stream save with Georgia State. I think it was. Didn't work well. 4th and 2. I'll kick the field goal. If it were closer, like closer than the 18-yard line, I probably would have gone for it, but I'll go up by double digits here. The option playbook I just don't like. I think of the ones I played, and I think I played all of them, it's my least favorite one, just in terms of like the play variety. There we go. We stop them on 3rd and 4. They get the field goal, though, so 7-point game. Uh-oh. Our run game has failed. Tight end in. Oh, old reliable didn't work. He got sacked. Not like this. They did a 4 verts when I did a dime blitz. That could have been disastrous. Thank you, Ricardo Thompson. And another pick, this time Evan Foster getting involved. Thank you. We like those. 29-yard pass to Lockhart. Oh, no. I foolishly did not see the clock. Yep, that was. I even clicked the let clock run out. I really need, because that's like the 3rd time that's happened to me. Because it happened to once when I was managing Clemson in my other save on the channel. That really is something I need to turn my brain off autopilot sometimes. 3rd and 7. We're going back. No, I'm not. Play action boot. Didn't work. We punt. Not good. And we get the safety. Luke Butler. Thank you, sir. And we get the ball back. We're okay. Oh boy, that could have been disastrous. And then Johnny Huber with the touchdown over the middle. 16-point game. I think the way our defense is playing, in all honesty, that should be enough to do it. And we get the ball with nice field position. Let's just run the ball a bit. 51-yarder. No. All's punt. A 14-yard punt, all things considered. Not the best thing in the world. 3rd and 5, blitz. Good call. They ran it. We shut it down. Got the 3rd down conversion. Yeah, I think we'll win this and be 4 times in a row Mountain West champions. Oh, we converted the 3rd and 9. We have the mandate. And we converted the 3rd and 9 again. Michael Ivey getting involved. And we converted the 3rd and 11 with a vertical route to and Dennis Jordan. Well, that works. We converted 3 straight 3rd and longs. Backups are in on defense. Safety blitz was inspired, but it did not work. I wish it would have. All right, they're going for it on 4th and 2 because you might as well. They do not get it. Ralph Gunn gets the tackle for loss. And we punt. Yeah, I think the one position group I'm genuinely the most worried about next year, outside of if Damian Fisher declares the draft, is our running back room. Because we're losing our top 2 guys, and I like Nehemiah Brewer. I don't know if I like him enough for him to be our number 1 or number 2 running back, but that is what it is. Let it fly, Riley. Oh, Riley. You know what, Riley? Let it fly again. 14-yard pass. I will call a timeout so that I can try to just get it over the top for a touchdown. Didn't work. We'll take the field goal here, get some more points. That'll do. We demolish Air Force 29-3. We averaged 10 yards a pass. Only 2.8 yards per rush, though. Like, they genuinely stopped our running game. Pretty good, I would say. But Fisher had one of his better games, 19-24, 264, 2 touchdowns. McDonald was targeted 11 times. Craziness. 3 sacks from our defense, including 2 from Luke Butler, who's seen a bigger role this season, which is always nice. But yeah, nothing really doing. I think at this point at Fresno State, we should expect to blow out every Mountain West opponent and then get really, really good out of conference wins. That is the 5th conference championship. That is the 4th Since I have been here, we are just going to skip to the whole bracket and we earn a bye. OSU, Bama, Notre Dame are the other 3 teams that get a bye. Woo! Michigan is here. Oh boy. And Notre Dame. Those are the 2 teams we've lost to in the playoffs. Prior to this, Leo Coleman has recovered. Good on him. Yeah, he's complaining about snap. I think I'm going to let Coleman go. Like, I'm losing Knox, I'm losing McGowan, but Roman Knapp, who's redshirting right now, I like him a little bit better than Coleman is already. So that's a pretty easy one to let transfer. Okay. Good news, we won. Even better news, we get the bye. Who committed? Seth Rashid, the other corner that I was looking at, 67 overall, A- potential. He's in a similar boat to the rest of my guys, where he's good at man coverage, he's good speed. The reason I'm not that excited about him is he wants to be a star. So I'm going to redshirt him. But then if he's not really ready to play that much after his redshirt year, he might just transfer away from me. But we'll see how that plays out. None of these guys want to commit soon. Oh boy. Oh boy. I really don't want to have a scenario where I'm taking 5 recruits into the transfer portal, but it looks like that's what's going to happen. All right, let's do awards week. See what we get. Did we win the Heisman? No. I am confident in saying no. Although Axel Hale was on the list, he came in 7th for the Heisman with 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns, 1 tragic fumble. Yep. No one on Defensive Player of the Year. Freshman of the Year. Yeah, we had a couple guys that could get it. Huber. Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah, McDonald is a freshman. I thought McDonald was a sophomore. My mistake. McDonald is 3. He got 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. No Huber on the list. Coach of the Year. We take Mountain West. But Micah Cobb at Texas A&M gets that. All-Americans, first-team offense, Axel Hale. Second team offense is Enrique Herring, who he was also injured, so credit to him. 24 pancakes on the season. My God. And third team offense, Andres Matthews, our kicker, who went 16 of 17 on kicks, 55 of 55 on extra points. Shout out to Auburn's returner, who had 2 return touchdowns. Yeesh. And in all conference, we had a bajillion. On offense, Fisher, Hale, McDonald, Herring, Boyer, Estes, Matthews, and Boyle at returner. Defensive first team, Chambers with his 13 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 27 pressures. My God. Luke Butler, 9 tackles for loss, 7 sacks. Bryson makes it. And Ricardo. Cool. Very good for both of those guys. Knox and Foster makes it a corner. The 4 picks, definitely the reason why he's here. Dakota Lanier makes it at safety. So we get both of the donor goals as Lanier makes it with 3 tackles for loss and 2 interceptions. Third team Mountain West, Dennis Jordan makes it. Both Boyle brothers make it. Good for them. And then Rocco Walton. Hey, good for Rocco Walton making it at O-line. And then defensively, Eddie Morrison, who had a great year, 8 tackles for a loss. Brock Michael had 10. Cody Bailey makes it. Sean Cody, Gavin Wren, and then Shane Murphy. Both safeties made it. Sweet. That'll do. Nice. The all-freshman team, Nehemiah Brewer makes it, getting almost 500 yards, 9 touchdowns. McDonald makes it. reserve offensive lineman Pierce Ray. There we go. And then Nicholas Unger, our third safety, makes it. Second team all freshman, nada. Nothing. Fair enough. Any recruiting commits? Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, Kenneth Allison now is saying he'll commit soon, which is good, but I have a feeling during the transfer portal I'm going to have to choose one of the two 5-star guys to prioritize. Though, I mean, let's be frank, Sellers, he's playing day one, snap one. Edwin Cole might honestly play as a true freshman, but that'll depend a lot on if his speed and his strength improve. His tackling IQ is already fine. His coverage skills are okay relative to the rest of that room. But I need him to get stronger and or faster. So let's advance Bull Week 2, which is when I believe we'll know. Whoa! All right, we got a lot of commits. Let's go through them here. 4 guys commit. Ibrahim Jean, who is going to be one of our 2 top tight ends next year. Good pass catcher, great blocker. 10 out of 10, no notes. Abraham Barrett, who, let's be frank, he's going to redshirt, but I mean, ball carrier vision's already an 80, evasion's 79. Need speed, but I can work with that. Christian Campbell, who he's either going to be our starting QB next year or he's going to redshirt and he's going to be our starting QB in 2 years. He's got decent running ability. His arm strength's an 82, which is nice. Accuracy is a 76, which is good. The IQ of a 70 is a bit worrisome, but besides that, I think he'll be a decent quarterback for us. And then we do also get Kenneth Allison, the JUCO D lineman, who I am planning on redshirting, since I don't think, strength-wise and tackle-wise, I don't think he's ready. But at the moment, I plan on redshirting him, and that was the last of my players that might commit soon. If that ain't the saddest thing you've ever seen. Anyway, we play Florida. Duke beat Oregon, A&M beat Wisconsin, Florida beat USF, what a game that must have been, and Michigan beats West Virginia. So we have Florida. Hello there, number 6 overall Florida. They went 11-2, 7-2 in conference, only losses to number 4 Auburn and a bad LSU team, but it was a classic. Yeah, it looks like they had it and they lost it. What happened at the end of the game? Let's take a look. Oh, no, they missed a field goal. Florida missed a 49-yard field goal. No shame in that miss. Their defense got the stop, but then they threw a pick, and that did it. All right. They did not make the SEC championship game. Georgia, 7-6. And they won their bowl game against Pitt. Congrats. Wow. Georgia has not made the playoffs since 2025. How many coaches have they had? Oh, they're only now on their second guy? You're telling me that Georgia wouldn't have fired their head coach after either a 7-6 bowl win season? Certainly a 3-9 season he's gone. Come on. Come on. Anyway, let's look. I'm still looking at Georgia. Let's look at Florida. Oh boy, they're number 2 in the country against the rush. Salute. We had a good run, everyone. They're terrible against the pass. So if this is going to be Fisher's last game at Fresno State, he's going to have to air it out, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, they're bottom 7 in opposing pass yard. Yeah, they're just bad against the pass. That's literally their only weakness. That, and they don't get a lot of sacks, and they don't get a lot of turnovers. Who is your QB? Maximilian Schroeder. Where were your great-grandparents in 1939? Let's see. He was SEC QB of the year and first team All SEC last year. This year, he's doing worse, like objectively. A lot less touchdowns, more picks, about 35-ish less yards per game. He's added a running component to his game this year. I like that the AI does this. That if they don't run it with their QB a lot one year, they'll try it the next, which is good. Okay. How's your running back room? Oh lordy. Well, one of their guys has a minor head injury. Their other guy looks pretty good. Other than that, I mean, I'm a word for Florida's running back room after this. They're losing these two at the end of the year. None of their backups are give great potential. I mean, Alec Felix, he'd be the guy I'd play. All right. So in that case, we're going to work on our running game because they do it really good. Or they stop it, I should say. And we'll try to stop their downfield passing. Okay. So prior to this in the playoffs, we are 1-2. In 2029, we lost to Michigan in the first game 19-42. It was close in the first half. It was not close after that. And then last year, in 2030, we beat Maryland in the opener and then lost to Notre Dame by 3 in a game I am on record in saying we should have won. And I want to schedule Notre Dame again next year so that I can play them. So I feel like we should have won this game. What? Florida, we're favored? Okay. Okay. I ain't gonna complain. Oh boy. All right, matchup history. This is the first time these two teams have played, and the game is in LA. Home field advantage. So it should go to us instead of them, but whatever. And they like to receive. Okay, we're going to find out a lot about how good we are by how this first drive goes. So far, we've had better drives. 3rd and 4. Bring the safety down. There we go. 3-yard rush doesn't get him there. They punt. Okay. I am assuming that us forcing a punt is not going to happen often. So let's try to maximize here. There we go. We convert the 3rd and 7. Oh, the jet sweep even worked. We're doing good. Dennis Jordan went backwards. 15-yarder to McDonald. Thank you, sir. I don't love the play action boot here. Tight end in. It never fails, kids. And Michael Ivey, the converted running back to wide receiver, moved up in the depth chart, gets a touchdown in the playoff game. We're up 7-0. What now, Florida? I may have awakened the beast here. Shy blitz. Let's do it. There we go. Luke Butler with the sack. They punt. Okay. That's about as good a start as we could have realistically expected. Dennis Jordan going backwards. Not great. Nah. They're going to get the ball to really good field position too. Yep, and they maximize that. Where's my zone blitz? Not a great call. They got to the 1. Dang. All right, 7-0. Yeah, that negative 2-yard run on 2nd down from Dennis Jordan. Now Hale just went backwards as well. All right. Yeah. I think we definitely need to go more pass heavy early on downs. Which is not how I like doing, but it's fine. I've also realized I'm still on normal tempo. Oh boy. Yeah, their offense has truly arrived here. There we go. Derek Chambers tackle for loss. 3rd and goal to 4. Let's go. Oh, they ran it in. Oh no, I do have 2 o'clock on. Okay. Not a great idea to kick off return it to the 10, Eddie, if I'm being honest with you. I'm going to pass it on 3rd and 2. All right, well, we got the 2 yards we needed. That's good. The sack is bad. Yeah. They get the ball at great field position now. Also, they converted the third and 7. That was when to stop them right there. They passed it over the top. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna switch up tempo just to see if we can get something going, but I hedging my bets. You punt. Just in case we get a stop here. Let's just run the ball. Run the ball out. Ooh. I lied. Timeout. Deep pass. Wide corner. Send it. Ooh. Could we? Could we get into field goal range really quick? Come on. Ah, incomplete. All right. Well, that didn't go great. Yeah, they're matching us on time of possession, which is a terrible sign. They scored 21 points in one quarter. And Fisher got picked on the first play of the second half. That is not good and probably kills us. Yeah. Yeah, 2 more incompletions there. Ooh, Gavin Wren forces the fumble. Evan Foster recovers. Axel Hill rips off a 20-yard run. Let's go. 3rd and 2. I'm passing it. Send it deep. I don't think a field goal here really helps us. Like, they're scoring touchdowns. We need to match. No dice, incomplete. All right. Fair enough. I mean, I don't think moving it from 17 to 14 has that much value here. They just converted the 3rd and long. Sure. Sure. They get another field goal. What's nerfed? Medium passes? Rude. There we go. All right, we're getting something here. Edward Boyle over the top, 31-yarder. That'll do. Walter Leonard had a big reception in there also. All right, we cut it to 13. If our defense could get a stop here, that'd be lovely. Thank you. I'm now going back to normal tempo, I think. See if we can make something happen here. Deep passes are nerfed. Ah, nope. Nope. All right, no, they're killing the zone blitz, he says before proceeding to do his own blitz. Yeah. I think at a certain point, as Fisher gets sacked, they just outpace us. Hey, and Geo Boyle fumbled. That should do it, I think. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Florida deserved to win. As much as we dominate the Mountain West and we're clearly leaps and bounds better than every other team in our conference, there is still a gap between us and the big dogs in the SEC and the Big Ten. 4th and 1 from the 9. That's what I get for trying to run it. Just getting nothing, man. There we go. At this point, it's about just scoring for pride. Like, there we go. Nerfed inside cross. It worked. And Nehemiah Brewer gets us in the end zone. And that'll do it. Yeah, I think this illustrates what we found out when we played Michigan in the first playoff, is that by being in the Mountain West, we have a decent chance to go undefeated every year. But there is still that gap. between us and the top guys. I mean, hey, we did a really good job at stopping their run, but they also ran it 38 times, hence the time of position change. And, Fisher played okay, but he had the pick. I mean, Hale was really the only one to run it. He ran it 17 times for 123 yards. Dennis Jordan, in his last game for Fresno State, 4 carries, -1 yard. Wow. Not great. I mean, McDonald was targeted 10 times, only caught 5. Huber was targeted 6, only caught 2. Lockhart targeted 5, only caught 1. They shut our offense down. I think our defense did okay, but the issue we ran into is we stopped them from getting they didn't score a single touchdown in the second half. These are 4 field goals that they got. So I think the issue there was just our defense did well enough, but offense just could not keep pace. And thus, we dropped to 1-3 in the playoffs with this loss to Florida. Disappointing. Disappointing, I would say. But that is what it is. OSU killed Duke, Notre Dame killed A&M, and Alabama beat Michigan in a 2 overtime thriller. And no one committed. All right, there's 1 week left. Unless these guys commit in the national championship week, we are going to the transfer portal with these guys, which is very annoying. That's so frustrating. I'm almost tempted to offer them like an extra $500,000 right now, but I'll hold off. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Let's advance the week. No one committed. Yeah, that means all 5. Because you can't, even though it says may commit soon, they can't commit for the yearly summary. So that means all 5 of these recruits were taking to transfer portal. Oh, that's so frustrating. All right, national championship week. Who will be crowned? Ohio State, as they beat Florida in the championship game 20-10. Yeah. You think this guy's pretty good? I happen to think so. And what's wild is they just wasted a year of eligibility. Like, he appeared in 8 games in 2028. He could have had an extra year of eligibility to just crush. He has 103 overall now. Imagine what he has with 1 more year. Anyway, so we finished 13-1, 9-0 record. I mean, let's be frank. If again, the goal since that first year when we realized we could do it, the goal for the past 3 years has been win the Mountain West and make the playoffs, and we've done that every year. I think having 1 playoff win in 3 years is disappointing, but besides that, can't complain. I think that's where I would stand. The fan base passion is now up to an A+, which is awesome. We kept both the promises to Estes and Boston, so our integrity is up to an 83. That'll do. And yeah, so these guys are all uncommitted and will commit on signing day. All right, coach updates. We have 1 upgrade point that must get put in training. Pretty good. Caleb Monroe, who is our new offensive coordinator. He gets a point I'm going to put into offense. And Efrain Keller, who has been my defensive coordinator for years. He was there at Kent State too. I get a new skill badge. What do I want? The all defense players get plus 10 defensive IQ is huge. 7% increase the linebacker development in the offseason is also good. I think I'm going to take the IQ boost. Just give everyone blanket 10 points. All right, let's save in advance. Now, contractually, we're still here. We're still here. We're still here. Cool. Ooh, an extension? I mean, I don't know if I want an extension. Like 2030 is 33 is fine. Let's just stay on our current contract. All right, so these are the teams that are offering us Texas, North Carolina, Clemson, Stanford, Illinois, Virginia, Arkansas, Vandy. So obviously Clemson is out because I manage them. My other save on my channel, that's just boring. I don't think I'd leave here. I don't want to go in the ACC because the ACC is easy. I think if I leave, I go for an SEC school or a Big Ten school, of which my options on here are Illinois or Texas. The Texas one is honestly a little bit tempting, but I don't think they're that much. I mean, let's be frank. If we played Texas, maybe they beat us, maybe they don't. But talent-wise, they're on a similar level to us, and they don't have a lot of. They have 42. 42 freshmen is a huge number. That's a young team. All right, let me actually take this seriously then. So they have a handful of young quarterbacks. I like Jacobs and Byers. Miles is gone. Miner's the QB next year. Running backs, these two go. These guys look solid. Wide receiver. And that's a good wide receiver room. Even though both the freshmen have deep potential, they're already 80 overall. Catching is good. Tight end, what are we at? No, this is just how I'm discovering how many teams keep tight ends. They have 8 tight ends. That's crazy. Carson Harris is good. Sanford's gone. Jackson Shelton's okay. Porter Meyer's okay. How's your O line? Holy. That's a good top O line, but honestly, I'd take our O line. I mean, they're such a young team. Oh my, they got an 85 overall kick. 82. Why? I'm not gonna question it. I mean, yeah, Texas, they're a pretty young team. That's the thing. But I would put them in a similar boat to us. Their corner room is really good. Safety room. I mean, do I take the Texas job? Look at their schedule: 4 Florida, 9 Tennessee, 12 Missouri, 4 A&M, 17 Kentucky, 20 LSU, 2 Bama. 7th hardest strength schedule. Man, that's honestly tempting. How have they been in the sim? They've made the playoffs 3 times. Made it to the semifinal twice, and then this is just the bad year. I think I am gonna not take the Texas job. My argument being they are a young team, but I think clearly at least this season they're not the top of the SEC. Year before that they lost the championship. I think I'm staying at Fresno State for one more year. I think that's my decision. I think we're similar. I mean, talent wise, it's 12-7 against 20-9. So they're obviously better talent. But I think I'm going to stay. Oh, man, that is tempting. We're gonna stay with our current contract. Yep, we're gonna keep Caleb Moore because he is locked in. And we're going to keep no one getting a Frayne Keller is insanely unrealistic. He's been my defense coordinator for 5 years. Outside of the year at Kent State, where we just didn't have a great defense talent wise, he's had, top 12 defense every year, top 10 the past three. Like, come on. Like, no one hiring him as head coach is insane. All right, so we're not going to change any game plan stuff. Who got the Texas job? Ohio State offensive coordinator. Fair enough. Any new head coaches in the Mountain West? Boise State has a new head coach. Nevada has a new head coach. That's it. Okay. Players leaving for the draft. Hold your breath, everyone. Oh, we can't convince Fisher to stay. We can't convince Morrison either. That's horrible. We lose Fisher. 2 years. We only got him for 2 years. I mean, I don't regret the decision to redshirt him. It didn't make sense to have him play behind Duncan and waste a year of eligibility. That's it. Fisher's done after 2 years. So in 2 years, 67% completion percentage, almost 6,000 yards passing, 43 touchdowns, 12 picks, 8 yards an attempt, 205 yards a game, sacked 6 times, QBR 154. Also had a couple rushing touchdowns there to boot. But wow, we only get him for 2 years. That hurts. He would have been really good. It would have been really, really good. Okay. So now our plan at QB is very, very simple. We're going with Campbell is coming in as a JUCO. We're going to look at the transfer portal. If there is a good senior transfer who I can get for 1 year, I go after him. If it's not, it's Campbell next year. Eddie Morrison also is going to leave us. Transfer from Baylor, who we brought in. He did really, really good, nearly 40 tackles each season, double-digit tackles for loss. Didn't put up the sack numbers this year, which is a little disappointing, but that is what it is. He goes to draft. Bryson, I can convince to stay. I can't pay him $2 million. That's too much money. That's just too much money. Make an all-American team. So far, he's made all Mountain West. He's not made. I think the only way he makes All American is if I play less linebackers. But in all honesty, it's 10 integrity. My integrity is 82. Get in, Bryson. You're coming back, buddy, for your senior year. We're doing victory laps. Get in the building. All right, and then graduates. We're losing Damian Fisher. We're also losing depth QB Jalen Perez, who was a backup for part of this season. He never really played. Salute. Running back, we're losing Axel Hale, who was a transfer we got from LSU, played for 2 years, was spectacular this season. 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, only fumbled once. Really, really good running back for us. We're going to miss him a lot. And then I'm doing that again. We also lose Dennis Jordan, who I'm going to be honest, I didn't like in the beginning. He was a backup for a bit and then became the third running back in 2030. Did it really well, had 13 touchdowns. Backup running back this year, 935, 5 touchdowns. I think Dennis is a solid running back. However, if we peep at the game log really quick, his last game was grim. But overall, I think he did okay. We should not have a problem upgrading at that backup running back spot, though. Wide receiver, no seniors. Tight end, Jerome Lockhart, who I think on balance, if you want to talk about expectation, relative to results, one of the more disappointing transfers I've had. He never cracked 300 yards in a year, only had one touchdown. His catch percentage this year was down to 60%. Didn't produce at the level that I was hoping. That is what it is. So this one I think is a miss, but I mean, he did fine. I was just hoping for more, and that's why it kind of stings. Walter Leonard, who was the third tight end for 3 years, and then became the backup ish tight end this year. Similar kind of boat. Never really did all that much. Got a handful of touchdowns. Catch percentage was better, but again, we have tight ends coming in that we're confident in. Offensive line, we're losing a lot. Enrique Herring, transfer from Oregon, 3 years running, first team All Mountain West O line the year twice, All American this year. Phenomenal offensive lineman. I'm not going to run through the rest each individually, but Brandon Estes, solid All Conference. Grant Boyer, who's a transfer All Conference. Alan Sullivan, who unfortunately had a season-ending injury in week 3. And then Brady McLean, the converted tight end, also did solid. Kicker, we're losing Andres Matthews. The AI played him in 2027. I redshirted him in 2028 to get an extra year development. Then he went on for 3 straight Mountain West Kicker of the Year awards. Third team All-American kicker this year. He was good for about, if you take away the 70% where the AI played him way too early, he's getting you 90% field goal conversion rate. Never missed an extra point his whole career. No complaints. Probably the best kicker I've ever played in one of the Sims. D-line, we lose Derek Chambers, who we brought in for 1 year from Missouri State. And he didn't do as well as he did for them, but he also had a lot more guys around him. But 40 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. Can't complain about that level of production. Linebacker, we're losing Caden Caldwell, who bounced around the depth chart a lot. Never really got that much consistent playing time. I think he did well this season when he played. So credit to him, but the young guys will take his spot. Corner, we're losing Stanley Knox. This one hurts. Mountain West Corner of the Year 2 years in a row. Allowed 43% completions this year. Never really wanted to get turnovers. Got a couple forced fumbles. But who cares? You allow 43% catch rate. You're good in my book. And then the other corner is Gail McGowan, who was just a depth corner for me for a couple years. Okay against the pass. Last year he didn't do all that hot, but he did get a forced fumble. And then that brings us to our safeties. Dakota Linear, first off, who I had to convince to stay after the 2028 season and reap the benefits of that. He was good for about a pick per year. Last year and the year before that, he was terrible against the pass. This year, though, 2 of 14 for 14% completion percentage. That works. Very good. He is also an example of, though, why I think safety stats in this game don't make that much sense relative to like tackles and picks compared to real life. Shane Murphy is the other big one. He was a backup third safety, and then his overall just exploded this year. Became one of our top safeties. Similarly, he got a pick. Didn't really get targeted that much, but got 22 tackles this year. So those are the players leaving. So Damian Fisher, we salute as he declares for the draft. Eddie Morrison, we salute as he declares. And then all of these seniors we're losing as well. Suddenly that Texas job looks a lot nice, huh? Oh boy. All right, now time for the players transferring. Oh boy. I think, 7 names on this list. If memory serves, there should be about 7. But I think I talked Foster into staying with his playing time. I don't think Coleman, though. 7. All right. So let's do the obvious. Jose Crowder will stay. He will get 60% of snaps. No issue. Like, he's going to be our top O lineman for 2 years. He'll be fine. He's the only O lineman that wants me to leave. Quarterback, okay. So I think I'm going to let Riley Wilder walk. Like, he's not going to get 75% of snaps because either Christian Campbell is my starting QB next year or a transfer quarterback is my starting QB. There's no version of this where Wilder is. So, yeah, I think we're just going to let him go. And I mean, he transferred here from Auburn. I didn't pay him a cent. And so he was, 7 of 14, 80 yards, and a touchdown for me. Thank you for your service. No running backs want to leave, which is good. But my running back room is slightly terrifying. Wide receiver, Norton wants to leave. I'm going to let him. He's our 5th wide receiver. Preston Diallo and Jared Wells are automatically going to be better. So I think we just thank him for his service. He never really played for me, which is unfortunate. Kind of got lost in the shuffle, but so he's out of here. And that's all of our offensive players. Medina wants to transfer on the D line. I think he was productive though. 24 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and a sack. That's pretty good. But my other issue is he would be my 4th D lineman. Would that be good enough for 40% of snaps? Because he'll play ahead of Chase and win, I assume. Though his strength is worse than Win. And his potential is worse. So my fear is that if Win gets better development, I won't play Medina as much and he'll just want to leave. And I got a lot of younger guys behind him. Yeah, so Brock Michael was the 4th D lineman and he got 45%. I'll promise Medina that. Or I could pay him 600,000. I'll double back. Holly, I am gonna let walk. I think he's just unfortunately lost kind of in this group, and he's not gonna play that much. The depth behind these guys at linebacker isn't great, but I mean he played 30% of snaps. I see no reason to believe why he'd play anymore next year. So I think Holly we're gonna let go. Corner, Leo Coleman we're gonna let walk. Ramon Knapp is already as good as him, maybe a touch worse, but yeah, we're gonna let Coleman go. Never really played for us, only played 6% of snaps this season. Did have a major injury, which that didn't help, but yeah. We're gonna let Coleman go. So he was one of those 5 corner guys that I brought in, and he's out. Cool. And then safety, Jameson, you, sir, are going to get 40% of snaps without question. Because it's going to be Unger, Poe, and then one of Bowers or Zaragoza. for that other spot. Okay, so now the question becomes, do I pay Medina? Because Medina I like more than Chase, but I don't know if I like him more than Win. Medina is a redshirt freshman, though. I'm going to pay him. Because I don't want to have to worry about snap percentage. I'm just going to pay him. I think I can take the 600,000 hit and drop to 6.8 million. I think I'm okay with that. So the players transferring, we're losing Norton, Holly, Coleman, and Wilder. Do I want to cut anyone? QB, I can't. Running back, do I cut Kyle Stewart? He's got A minus potential. However, his speed went up by 2, carry vision didn't change, ball security only went up by 2. And if everyone develops equally, like, yeah, no, I'm gonna cut Kyle Stewart because I know I'm gonna bring in one running back. I might honestly bring in two because Samuel Pankey and Nehemiah Brewer are going for a spot, and I want to play Moises. Yeah, Stewart's cut. Wide receiver. Nah, I don't really want to cut anyone. Honestly, I'm worried about playing all these guys, but I'll figure it out. It's fine. Tight end. Part of me wants to cut Jesus, but I feel like that's bad karma. Offensive line, high 5-star Bobby Logan. You better be good. Armando Buckley, like, how many roster spots do I have? 9. And I have how many recruits? 5. So that means I can only bring in 4 guys. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Sellers. Hmm. I might renege on one of these guys. Hmm. I think I'm going to cut an O lineman. And I think it's Wesley Dawson. But he could be okay. Nah, it's one of these two. Uh, Alan Bolden. I'll cut him. Just to free up an extra spot. Kicker. I'm not going to cut any of you guys. I think it's Boston is going to be our starting guy next year. Langston red shirts. Allison for depth. God, Garrett Allison is terrible. Whatever. D line. I don't think I want to cut anyone. I'm gonna have a pretty big D line room next year, though. But I think that's fine. Linebacker. And Michael Finley, honestly, 8 tackling, 80% ain't terrible. Tyrone Pace, I think I'm probably going to end up cutting after next year if he hasn't developed well. Corner, nope. And safety, it's these boys. All right. So we're letting 4 players transfer. We're cutting 2 more, and we are dropping to 75 scholarships. All right. That's that. I think I'm going to end up taking a point of integrity hit and rescinding one of the scholarship offers to one of the D lineman recruits I'm going for. I think that's realistically the best play. 6 players from Fresno State have been drafted. Damian Fisher goes round 3, pick 8. Eddie Morrison, round 3, pick 30. Lockhart, 4, pick 16. Derek Chambers, 519. Axel Hale, 523. And Enrico Herring, round 7. Whoever got Herring in the 7th round, a steal. Utter steal. Transfer portal. How many QBs? Oh no. It is a bad year to need a QB, people. It is a bad year to need a QB. Oh boy, it might be Campbell. Ooh, I like these two though. All right, I'll take a look. It might be Campbell. Being honest with you. Ring of Honor inductees. Hi, Western Brewer made it. At Kent State. Good for him. How do you finish? My God. 6,415 rushing yards as a quarterback. My goodness. 48 rushing touchdowns. 19 records held. That's insane. That's legitimately crazy. Oh boy. All right. Here we are in the transfer portal. Will we regret not taking the Texas job? There is genuinely a chance, but you never know. Okay, so now, yeah, I think I need to make a choice on Merle versus Allen. Allen, I think I've offered 600,000, so if I rescind his offer, I get that money back. However, I legitimately think he's going to be really good. His tackling, block shed, pursuit are all low 70s. His strength is just terrible. Whereas Merle, it's a little there. Ramsey, I could no, I like Ramsey. And then obviously Edwin Cole and Sellers I'm still going for. I'll have to figure that out. I mean, I have 10 scholarship spots. And then, I mean, right now, Christian Campbell is my QB. Like, that's just where we're at. Oh, boy. Let me go through team needs really quick. Just because, I'm putting QB with a big question mark. I think if we go QB in the transfer portal, it has to be a guy who's going to be a senior so that I can redshirt Christian. I think that's really the only option. Running back is a big yes. We'll see. I like Samuel Pankey, who I redshirted this year. I think he's definitely going to be in the mix. Nehemiah Brewer, I think, did well. 10 touchdowns. First team all freshman running back. I still need at least one other guy. Wide receiver? Nope. We're locked in. I have 10 guys, and all of them are honestly decent. Tight end, I think we're okay. Ibrahim Jean is going to play. And then one of Keith Montgomery or Jesus will fill that other spot, I think. Tight end, I think we're okay. Offensive line, yeah. I mean, I always like to bring in at least one O lineman in the transfer portal. I think someone to bridge the gap between like Edwin Gale with an 83 and Pierce Ray with a 73, that would be nice. So like high 70s, I think would be good. Kicker, we're fine. We got Boston. D line, we're good. Yeah, because I want to play guys like Medina and win. So I think D line we hold. Linebacker, similar idea. Though I'm a little worried about the depth. Because, like, if I play just these six at linebacker, Lucas Yates, you better develop well. So I'll put it on the list and be like, mid low 70s. Corner, whoops. Corner, I mean, honestly, we're set for life, really. Like, we have one of the best cornerback rooms, period. And safety, we're good because we're bringing somebody in. So, in all actuality, I only have 4 needs written down with a question mark for quarterback. So, I can bring all 5 of these guys in and still have 5 scholarship spots open. So I think I'm not going to. Honestly, Edwin Cole is my mid low 70s linebacker. So I want to redshirt him. Yeah, I'm going to cross that linebacker need off the list then. Or do it. Hold on. What's the class break of my linebacker room? Bryson's gone after next year. Bailey's gone. Pugh is gone. Never mind. I'm re adding it. Honestly, I think Cole's going to play as a true freshman. Yeah. 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 I think he's going to play. All right. So in that case, I have 10 scholarship spots open, five of which are going to these recruits. I think Sellers and Cole, I'm going to do the best pitch I can on. Allen, if I lose him to Texas, so be it. And then Merlin Ramsey, they just get regular pitches. So I think we're definitely going to look at running back. We're definitely going to look at O line. And then the big question is, am I going to find a quarterback that is interested in coming here? And at the moment, that is a big yes, as we are already ahead on Emilio Baldwin, who is one of the ones I said was really good. Well, this will be fun. Oh, this will be fun. All right. Thank you all for watching. Um, about as good as a year as we could have hoped for with Fresno State here. I do think though the tea leaves are kind of changing, and we might be out of here after next season. I think a big question is going to be, do I go for one of these transfer quarterbacks, or do I stick with Campbell for next season? I think I like Carson Fritz. Got good arm strength, good IQ. Baldwin, I'm already the leader on without doing anything. His arm strength is great. His IQ is great. Accuracy is a little touchy. Dayton Farrell is a little bit better mixed. Mark Kirby is also solid. So there are definitely some options here, but if we do get a quarterback, it's going to be one of these juniors that I'm only going to get for a year. So that probably takes Carson Fritz off the list. We'll see. Big questions heading in to the 2032 season, as our team, as you can see offensively, has lost a lot of its star talent. So thank you all for watching. I will be back next week. My goal is to get probably 3 streams in next week, which should take us through the 2032 season, and then go from there. The newest edition of Out of the Park of Baseball, which is a baseball sports management series, that is coming out end of next week also. So I think I will start a series in that that will run sort of parallel to this series here. But I will see you all next time. A successful career so far at Kent State and Fresno State. One more year at Fresno State. And then who knows? Could end up in Hawaii. Have a good day, everyone.